for you to get into character, but maybe that's pushing it a little too far. You know best, of course, but don't pick up drinking next. At this rate, I should be able to start writing in 2 or 3 weeks. Thanks again for your help.
He followed Marcella to Montreal even though she was done with her research.
Paul, why did you follow me to Montreal? As I already told you, I do not require your services anymore. I'm starting to worry you are taking your role a bit too seriously. You are not a real detective. You have to let go. 考考你怎么还在？我靠，你怎么还在？
什么死人时间？
不是啊，我一直就没有关过，他只是刚才自己又重启了而已。所以这边的已经线索都找完了。
I have to get the power back on.
Power， 哪里有 power back on？
The fuse box. Just get to the fuse box in the janitor's closet, Sophie. It's not far.
因为我一直在玩这个游戏啊，我想今天把它通关。
你是开到现在？
对啊，对啊，我是一直开到现在，我是想把它通关，所以我一直都还没有那个。我们要找保险丝。
It's too big. I guess I'll need some. That worked, thank God. Now, to get the power back.
这只疯猫可以拖去床上吗？工具子。
工具子早就睡着了，他已经睡着好久了。他今天晚上还挺早睡的，大概10点多钟吧，他就去床上睡觉了。
How did this end up here?
没用的男人。二喝。
不是，问题是你咋还没睡？你怎么回事？你怎么还没睡 ？Save combinations， 哦，这是所有人的 save combination。哇！
起床尿尿。
好吧，那你可以继续睡了。
Not much use without the rest of the code. Eugene, what I would give to have you with me right now.
我就看你这只熬夜猫要玩多久。
我也不知道，我不知道这个还有多久。我感觉正片才刚开始，但我现在就很想把它过完。我觉得这个游戏特别好玩，就跟沉浸式看一部悬疑片的电影一样。我现在才刚看到有死人呢，然后我现在要来调查。你先去睡啦，晚安，靠靠。他说什么 ？Is there a power outage and I'm busy predicting another parts of the hotel from collapsing? Here's what to do: check fuse box plan for required amperage of each socket. Remove all blown fuses from sockets. Blackened. Screw in new fuses in sockets.
我相信明天他起床看到你还在电脑前面，他会傻眼，然后一直傻笑问你一堆问题。
不知道，他可能会骂我吧，说你怎么还不睡觉？你在干什么？
骂你不是刚刚好而已吗？
对，反正我今天下午有睡一下啦，所以现在还好，有一点点困，但是我觉得我还可以再玩一下下。好，我要来看这个怎么解。我要来解这个 fuse box remove blacken out。
那我可要去睡了，虽然我明天放假。
你去睡觉啊，高高，快去睡，快去睡。明天放假，我明天再继续玩。要不我也去睡好了，我把这个解完我就去睡觉好了。Place fuse ASG。
晚安。
晚安，晚安，高高晚安。
How does Eugene do this again? Fuses. I probably need new fuses.
30G。
How does Eugene do this again? Fuses. I probably need new fuses. Yes, this is what I need.
哦，30。S 吧。哦，来电了。
Power's back. Now I should go down to the lobby. Call the police.
我要去报警了。
Is there anything I've forgotten? Once I leave this floor, I probably won't be able to come back.
还有什么事忘记吗？没有吧。
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. phone.
我要打电话。Phone, I need a phone. Reception 不是有个 phone？
Andrew, where is everyone?
我靠，大家去哪里了？好恐怖！为什么突然大家都不见了？是不是那个精神病还在到处杀人？
There's a man dead. He's been murdered. I need the police.
Please stay calm, ma'am. Where are you right now?
The lobby, but the body, it's upstairs.
Can you give me the address, please?
Oh, 1178 Drummond Street.
All right, ma'am. Officers are on their way.
Thank you. Now, I just have to wait for the police.
怎么听到电梯门响了？
Is this the brochure Andrew was talking about? The one that came in the mail for Anne? The West Coast. That's about as far from Montreal as you can get without crossing an ocean. So Anne and Marcella really are planning to run off together. Was what happened to Hector part of their plan? Why does the VIP want to meet with Paul? Maybe he fell for his role-playing and wants to hire him as a private investigator. Bernard really wants Paul out of the hotel. Okay, I can see how this could make Paul look bad. But it's obvious Bernard cares more about the hotel's reputation than the guests' well-being.
夫妻吵架了，这时开台。
史蒂奇，你怎么还在？这么晚了，怎么还没去睡觉？没有，工具人去睡觉了。然后我现在想通关这个游戏，所以我还在玩。我现在有一个大胆的猜想，就是原本住在505的这个人，他本来是一个那个六楼导演看上的一个演员，然后这个演员被这个 Paul 给干掉了，就在那个情人节前2天，就是他们发现的那个34岁死掉的男的尸体，然后这个 Paul 他就冒名顶替他住进这个酒店里边，还是现在开始连续杀人事件了，我猜。警察，你们到底什么时候才来？ 4040安安，晚上好。你们都是夜猫子还不睡觉？
窝窝，原来你想当不乖的小孩不睡觉。
嘿嘿嘿，我就想要多玩一下，因为我觉得这个真的很好玩。我自己按。我很害怕，我一走出去就会触发剧情，好恐怖哦！我都不敢出去，我要在这边等警察来。其他人都不见了，是不是都被那个变态抓走
2年了？
对呀，2年了，哇塞！
你好不正常。
Hey, you're here.
哎，Andrew，
I've tried restoring the power, but I think Eugene's the only one with the key to the fuse box, and I...
这个时间
Sophie? Don't worry. I'll find a way to bring the lights back on. Hey, you look a bit pale. Is everything okay?
I found Mr. Cruz.
要逼死谁？
He's back? How's he taking that whole thing with his wife?
我只是想通关这个游戏而已。
I found his body. He's dead, Andrew.
Jesus. Maybe you need to sit down, huh? Did you call the police?
Yeah, they're on their way.
What happened? Was he sick or something?
No, I don't think so. Someone did this to him.
You mean... Jesus. Do you think it could be Paul?
Do you think it could be Paul? Yes, I think.
I found something on Hector that would point to that. Yes.
On Hector? You mean... You've touched the body?
I mean, yes, kind of.
Okay. Not a great idea, but we'll figure something out. Just maybe don't mention that to the police, hmm? What did you find?
I found out
逼
Hector
死
was
还活着的
trying to
人
get。some information on
你们
Paul.
咋还不睡觉
Plus, we know they fought yesterday, so maybe there was another altercation and Jack wasn't there to intervene this time.
Yeah, maybe it's an accident. Maybe Paul freaked out and fled the scene. He may have spent some time in a psychiatric hospital, but that doesn't mean he's some dangerous psychopath.
What do you mean?
What are you saying?
What I mean is, with his history of mental illness, I wouldn't be surprised if the police turned this into a media circus on the dangers of crazy people. And it would give Bernard and his pals all the ammunition they need to fight the
这个
construction
Andrew
of the
好
new
可疑
hospital.
啊！
Yeah, I hadn't thought of that.
You know, when I was 19, I studied to be a priest. But I felt so lost. I couldn't enjoy the things I used to like. I could barely get myself out of bed. So I ended up going to a psychiatric hospital. And the doctors, they helped me get back on my feet. But when I returned to my hometown, it was like I had become a complete stranger. My mother kept telling me I was making it worse in my head, but I swear, people were changing sidewalks when they saw me, looking at me as if I was this dangerous creature all of a sudden. That's why I didn't tell you that.
What?
Call it coincidence or fate, but that psychiatric hospital, it's the same one Paul went to. I've met him there, talked to him a bit. I'm sorry I didn't say anything before.
It's okay. I get why you didn't.
You do?
You know how I tell everyone that my mom's sick, bedridden? Well, it's true, but I always leave out the part about her illness not being physical. I'm ashamed of the truth. So even though I don't know exactly what you went through, I can understand.
Thank you for telling me. I know it's not an easy thing to talk about, but if you ever want to talk about your mom, I'm here. They're here. Promise me you'll be careful with the information you share.
Yeah, of course.
Miss Roy? Miss Roy?
通通抓起
Miss
来！
Roy!
通通抓起来。
Sorry, I was distracted.
I really need you to focus right now. I don't want to be here all night, and I'm sure you don't either.
No, I don't.
So, as I was saying, we're trying to ascertain the circumstances of Mr. Cruz's death. Can you tell me how you came to find the body?
I was cleaning room 509 when I heard the elevator bell ring. Again and again and again. I thought maybe a child was playing with the doors. So I went out in the corridor, and that's when I saw him. All the blood and...
Why was the elevator bell ringing?
I'm sorry?
You said you heard the elevator bell ring. Why was it ringing? I assume it wasn't a child after all.
I'm not sure. Malfunction probably was blocking the doors. 我要说实话。
Mr. Cruz's body was preventing the doors from closing.
Really? When we found the body, it wasn't that close to the doors.
Oh, the stairs are blocked because of the renovations, so the elevator's the only way out of the 5th floor. I had no choice but to move the body. Just a little.
Ah, so that explains the traces we found. Thank you for clearing that up. So, what did you do after that?
Well, that's when the power cut. So I had to go to the janitor's closet.
To access the fuse box.
Exactly. I changed a few fuses and turned the power back on.
But there's a lock on that box, isn't there? Did you have the key?
I used an ice pick.
No, I didn't. Only Eugene does. But I thought an ice pick might do the trick, so I went to the ice machine to get one.
You're a size 7, I suppose.
Yes, I am. Why?
What did you see when you went to the ice machine?
There was blood. A lot of it.
Did you touch anything?
I might have touched a few
I might
things.
have touched a few things. Just to figure out what had happened to Mr. Cruz.
Of course you did. Why so many witnesses can't help but compromise the evidence is just beyond me. Anyway, what did you do after restoring the power?
I took the elevator down to the lobby. That's where I called the police.
Do you remember what you said to the operator? The exact words.
No, I'm afraid I don't.
You said, there's a man dead. He's been murdered.
That's possible.
What makes you so sure it was murder?
I've been snooping around the guests' rooms.
I didn't think you'd admit it.
You knew already?
Safes left wide open. Makeshift keys left inside of locks. You haven't exactly been subtle about it, have you?
Oh.
Now, unless you want me to arrest you for violating your guest's privacy, I suggest you tell me everything you know.
All right.
We've learned from one of your colleagues that the victim had a fight with a guest named Mr. Spade. What can you tell me about him?
Paul spent some time in the hospital.
He spent some time in a psychiatric hospital after the war. That's when he got into Mrs. Cruz's novels. And they really helped him.
Yes, I already know about his time in a madhouse. We called the place and they painted quite the picture of him. Did you ever see him display odd behavior in or around the hotel?
No. I mean, we've all got our little quirks, don't we?
Did he seem obsessed with Mrs. Cruz?
A little, maybe, but...
Obsessed enough to kill her husband?
No, nothing like that. We all have our obsessions. Me, for instance. I'm obsessed with celebrities and gossip magazines, and...
You don't seem to understand, Miss Roy. Mr. Spade is not like you and me. He may look like us, but he's not. He's dangerous and needs to be taken off the streets. So tell me, did you ever see him be violent or aggressive?
Did you ever see him be violent or aggressive? Take a stand, deny.
No, I didn't. I'm sorry I can't be of more help.
No, I'm sure you are. But we're not quite done yet, Miss Roy. The victim's wife, Marcela Cruz. Apparently she left in quite a hurry this morning. What can you tell me about her?
She's having an affair. But it's not what you think. She's been in love with another woman since college. They've been apart for more than 10 years, and now
Yes, I know all about Mrs. Cruz and Mrs. Beaumont's sexual deviance. Have you ever witnessed them engaging in immoral behavior?
What do you mean?
I'm asking if you've seen them being, you know, intimate.
No, I haven't. No.
And did you hear them discuss their deviant ways in front of Mrs. Beaumont's son, perhaps? Imagine what kind of effect such perversion can have on a young child.
No, I didn't hear anything.
Did you hear them express their hatred of men? Did they ever talk about using violence against men? Did you hear them speak ill of Mr. Cruz?
No, I didn't hear any of that.
I'm sorry, Miss Roy, but I just don't believe you. I think you know more than you've let on.
Can I please leave?
You can. But
感觉这
you'd
个
better
警
stay
察
in
有很
town.
多成见，
I'm sure I'll have
有很
more
多偏
questions for you
见。
very soon.
Bernard was strangely chipper on the phone. That can't be a good sign. I guess I'll know soon enough. Let's go see what Bernard wants. The atmosphere is so different in here. Will it ever feel like it used to? It'll probably be a while before the hotel reopens. Without Eugene, the lobby will be a swimming pool by the end of the month. Will the rest of the building even be standing? I'm not going back up there. I'm not going back up there.
诶，过不去啊。哦，那我过不去，我要怎么找伯纳的？
关起来。
关起来。找找有没有可以利用的工具。哦，我看到那边有一个抹布。
生100个小孩再出去。
这什么东西？我看到有个抹布了。
I'll go empty my locker.
Andrew,
Hey,
are you okay?
I've just been fired.
他被炒了。
No,
It's okay. I just need some time to process it. I'll be on the mezzanine if you want to join me afterwards.
yeah. Yeah, okay.
Ah, Miss Roy. Come in.
有蚊子一直来。
有蚊子一直来。
I
现
suppose
在
you know
吗？
why you're here?
电蚊香。
I would guess it has something to do with the murder.
Well, you'd be right about that. We've been getting a lot of press lately, and not the good kind. I wouldn't expect you to understand the position I'm in, but I assure you, it's quite uncomfortable. To have one's life's
我
work
被
blown
冰会
away
出
like
现
that.
几个包。
All thanks to some sexual
擦点那
deviant and a
个
nut
驱
job.
蚊水之类的。
It's obvious to me now that I haven't been firm enough. For guests of such morals to be comfortable booking a few nights here and committing such a horrid act? Things need to change. This means elevating our standards to the highest possible level, and it starts with the people working here. It starts with you.
With me?
Yes. From what I've heard, you've been quite the exemplary maid lately. Clean rooms, satisfied guests.
I take my job very seriously, sir.
As you should. We'll see for the future, but for now, you'll be allowed to continue working here.
Thank you.
他让我继
I'm
续
not
在这里
done.
工作
The。police have finished their investigation and left a mess on the 5th floor. I want you to clean it up.
You want me to go back there?
Yes, why not?
I found a dead body on that floor. I'm not going back.
I'll make this simple for you. If you don't do it, you're fired.
Okay. I'll take care of it.
Good. Well, what are you waiting for? Get to work.
我靠，这个经理太贱了。
Yes, now.
他跟我说我必须要去5楼
That'll be
处理
all.
现场，不做就炒掉我。但那5楼刚死了个人。
Hey,
Hey,
what a week.
you don't say. So what did Bernard want with you?
He wants me to clean the mess on the 5th floor.
He does? After everything you've been through up there? I can't believe it.
Yeah. I wish I would have stood up to him, but I really need this job.
It's okay. I know you do.
Did Bernard say why he was firing you?
Well, I told him about my time at the psychiatric hospital.
Really?
Yeah. He said that didn't fit with the hotel's standards and showed me the door.
Well, I'm not one bit worried about you. I know you'll be just fine.
Yeah. Hopefully I will be.
Think of all the good times you'll have away from Bernard.
It's funny you should say that, because I was actually thinking I'd like being my own boss. I've had this dream for a while of maybe opening a bookstore.
I can't say I'm surprised.
It just makes so much sense. I'd be able to combine the two things I love most, reading books and helping people. Granted, helping people find books is a far cry from helping them find God, but...
My mom likes to say, there's no job too small. Plus, just by the way you're talking about it, it's obvious it'd make you happy. And that's what really matters, I think.
Yeah, you're right.
晚安，去休息了，今天太累了。
赶快去休息，赶快睡觉，史迪奇，晚安，晚安。
Have you in my life.
Me too.
Can I kiss you? I've been thinking about mental illness. What do you think will happen to our guests?
晚安。
晚安，晚安。
Can I?
Kiss me?
Yes.
Please do.
That was...
Yeah, it was.
What do you think will happen to them?
Who?
Sorry, my mind wanders sometimes. I meant Paul, Anne, and Marcella. Do you think they'll be released?
What do you think?
I don't know. I wish they'd get a happy ending, but I'm not sure it's that kind of story.
I'd like to believe it is. I think Paul becomes a famed photographer. He gets his own studio and decorates it like a hotel bathroom. As for Anne and Marcella, they move in together. But they keep leaving each other notes in the vents. You know, for old time's sake.
I like it. Maybe you should write that.
Maybe I will.
所以到底最后是谁杀了那个人？完了，就这样。What？ 最后到底是谁干掉了那个人？太扯了吧！我要查一下。 killed Mr. Cruz?好吧，先这样吧。那今天的直播就播到这里啦，大家拜拜。
感谢收看，各位晚安。